So I don't want to show you the actual tat on my chest. One, I'm worried I look fat, and two, it has like it's only 5 days old, so there's like a
Like
patch
saran
on
wrap
top of it.
yeah.
Yeah, something like that. But I have a picture.
Oh.
So
Man, you were the first one of us to get a tattoo.
turns out, here's the thing: when you get a tattoo, not everyone's gonna like it. That's the deal. I look at somebody's flaming skull tattoo with a knife through the eye and a
That's
fucking
so
rat
dumb.
through the other, and
Oh,
I'm
that's all righteous tattoo.
Oh,
and
wow.
anyway, I see that and I'm like, you're a fucking marshmallow on a Harley. Why do you have such a badass tattoo? Are you Delta Force? Do you drop out of helicopters and kill people? Fucking relax.
Yeah.
But then someone else might see my tattoo and think it's gay. So there's that.
It's a picture of a guy's asshole.
Don't judge me. So there was like an evolution. This is like it was the night before I was like, Jackie, we should get matching tattoos. I wanted to make some bad decisions on our vacation. That's the whole point. And she's like, LOL. And I'm like, no, seriously. We agreed not to do it. You know, I was like, you know what? I guess we were gonna get them on our butts, and you're not supposed to like sit on it or rub it or even like cover it with tight clothing. And I'm like, what, we're gonna get a tattoo, then immediately have like a 3-hour motorcycle ride.
It's gonna smudge.
Smudge and ruin it or infect it or who knows what.
Yeah.
So
And
it occurred to me like, oh, we could get rib cage tattoos. Like we should do that. And then the evolution of it. I've heard it's one of the most painful places. They're not, tattoos aren't that fucking bad. Don't be a bitch. So I've had different ideas for a tattoo. I had a paraglider in my head. I had a motorcycle. I used to want a YouTube gold play button. That was like an accomplishment I was kind of proud of. And most of the ideas I had, I'm like, you know, like a few years later, I'm like, I'm kind of glad I don't have like the YouTube logo tattooed on me. For all I know, YouTube's going to change their logo. What? I'm more committed to it than YouTube is themselves, right? So, and then it was like, oh, you know what? Commitment kind of sticks. Jackie herself will get a couple's tattoo. So with that, I'm unveiling our matching avocado tattoos.
No, it's not. It's not.
It's a fucking avocado
No,
on my rib.
I don't want to see it now. I'm afraid I'll laugh at it.
One has the pit and one has the receptor for the pit.
Who has the pit?
I've got the pit. It's the penis.
Good.
It's the boy side. It's the boy side.
Oh, that's so cute. All right, great. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, that's so cute. All right. I completely changed my mind. So when you said avocado, for some reason I thought like a realistic avocado, and this is cute. Oh, great tattoo.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad that you support it.
Yeah, that's very sweet.
Dude, and I don't know,
I'm so glad you didn't make the pit your belly buttons.
Oh, that would have been funny.
It's I don't know. I like, and like I'm trying not to go too head. It's hot to me. Like when I pull her shirt off and there's the fucking like she's tatted up. It's working for me.
So. You're like one of those celebrities that tattoos his name on the women. Now you've gotten a taste for it. Now you need more.
I mean, the funniest part of that is like lifting up Jackie's shirt and seeing an avocado and being like, "Oh man, I'm bricked up." I was honestly, when you said avocado, I was so scared. I was like, God, Woody's one of my friends. I don't want to do anything mean to him. I was so glad it was something like cutesy like that.
That's a great tattoo. It's so much better than what I had imagined when you said avocado. Zach,
can you pull it up again? I want Woody to like explain the placement, and also I want to hear about the pain. I want to hear on the ribs. You said it wasn't even bad. Right?
No. So the ribs are supposed to be like one of the most painful places. Places that don't have much depth to them. The top of your foot, your elbow. Apparently, they don't take the ink as well. I'm not an expert on this, so they really have to like carve. I read on the internet it feels like wet fire. That's not what I thought. To me, it was just like the color, which is like a broader, like a bunch of needles at once, felt like scratching. And anything that's black, there's like defined lines that sort of like they outline it first and color it in later. The black felt like cutting, you know, when she goes deep. And sometimes she wouldn't go that deep, and you'd think like, oh, this doesn't hurt so much. But I learned, no, bitch, it's coming around. If she goes really deep, it worked. but we do this. If it's an 8 out of 10 pain, then you're done. It's finished. If it's a 5 out of 10 pain, I don't think that took. So she goes around the exact same line again and makes it a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
You'd almost rather just have her go nice and deep the first time all the time, but whatever.
There's the reason they do that. Maybe it makes it look better.
Mine's more on the side, like of my rib, and Jackie's is a little more on her front. And that makes sense. I think the side is a little more manly, and in the front, like there are women's dresses and stuff that sort of cut and show the side.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the reasons we chose that spot is we can choose not to have a tattoo if you want. Like if you have a sleeve, maybe if you're in long sleeve, sure, you can hide it like for a job interview, but mostly you have a tattoo. If it's on your neck, you have a tattoo all the time. If it's on like a guy's deltoid, he can choose like when he has it and when he doesn't. But for women, so many shirts are.
Who went first?
Show the collarbone. She did. I gave her the choice, and I was like, "Do you want to go first?" It was kind of me driving it, and I felt like it was my obligation to like do you want to get it over with, or do you want to, let me go first?
Yeah.
And she chose to get it over with. So
It's
she was super stoic. She was like. Didn't fuss, didn't move, didn't flinch, she set the bar so high. I was like, I'm not sure I'm as tough as she is. This is ridiculous. She had no trouble with it whatsoever. But yeah, those are our matching couples tattoos, and I've got the pit.
I love it.
It's very cute.
Well,
Kyle, do you want to get the same ones?
The two of you.
I don't. Can I have the pit though?
I knew this would be an issue.
How about this? No, I got it. Neither one of us, the pit's missing, and we're both looking for our pit.
Okay.
And someday,
just as long as it's not like I don't want to have just the empty pit hole and like everyone know that you're pit fucking me.
No. We both have empty holes.
What if your pit has fallen to the ground and the guy looks very concerned?
Or like Kyle's avocado is trying to pick up its pit off of the shower floor. in my pit's ready.
Very suggestive. I see where you're going with this.
Yeah.
I'm down for that. Yeah.
Do you think you'll ever get a tattoo?
How much do you think Woody would hate it if we actually did that? If we copied this?
I wouldn't hate it at all. No.
Damn it!
He would laugh at us.
He would laugh at us really hard. He's like, "Prank's on you, bro. That's for life."
Yeah, dude, that night I was like, Jackie, you have avocado on you forever. But I think that it's fairly normal to have like second thoughts, like.
Sure.
In the short term, and then grow to like it. And I'm also pretty prepared for the fact that not everyone's gonna like it. Like that's
smart
just
people. I have a theory that smart people, certainly with their first tattoo, like really put a lot of thought into it because they think more about like the gravity of this decision. Jeremy, on the other hand, a buffoon, was like, yeah, sure, I'll get an FPSRussia tattoo on my back that's misspelled. Sure, Kyle, you can give it to me. Like it wasn't even a thought, I used the coloring in part. I colored in his fucking tattoo. That was actually
Did it look
fun.
good?
Yeah. Like better than you think. Not as I would say not as nice as Woody's because it's got some like cool shading.
Like depth.
And if I remember correctly, his was all like kind of monotone. But like I was the tattoo artist did the outline of everything, and then I was doing the color, just like coloring it in. And I don't know, it was really satisfying to do.
Doesn't it take hours to like?
No, I go. All right, so something big that you're trying to like do well, I'm sure. But I was like coloring in like a geometric thing, so like 10, 20 minutes or something, like not long at all, like quick. And plus, it's like a tattoo like this.
Ours took an hour each, maybe a little bit more. Maybe mine was a little slower. And the joke we make is that, we had $400 and no adult supervision, and that's just what happens.
Yeah.
But it was kind of like years and years in the making.
Sure.
That's really fun.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys had a good time with that. Was there any moment as you were getting it that you were like, ooh, like
yeah. As we're getting it afterwards, like we're filling out like this form, and there's like all these things that could go wrong, and it's like, we could just back out now.
Yeah. We could
Like
just leave. Neither of us have hepatitis. Like,
yeah, like the whole way through, there were. I'm not one to not have second thoughts. I could look at my motorcycle purchases where I do like. I'm one of those people that over researches and puts 100 hours of like videos and reading and into getting it, and then afterwards another 50 just to like see if I made any mistakes in my purchase.
Don't want to get roasted.
I'm a purchaser like thinker, and that happened with the tattoo too. And
yeah, because you're gonna come on here and you're gonna be like, hey, I bought this new outboard motor for my boat. And there's gonna be some guy out there that like works for Polaris, and he's gonna be like, "Ho, what a fucking chump!"
Yeah,
like he's gonna listen.